Hey, before this video gets started, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you find yourself watching this video, and obviously you have because you can hear this, if you decide for whatever reason to nope out of this video before it finishes, and I mean like well before it finishes, like before the halfway mark or at any point, like you decide like to leave before it's done, do me this favor and leave a comment down below explaining exactly why you're leaving. If it's my voice, if it's the audio, like the audio quality, if it's the co-host voice, if the video is just boring, doesn't matter what it is. Like even if it's like, well, I suddenly had to poop and I had to leave. Like doesn't matter what it is, just tell me what it is down below because I'm trying to boost audience retention. And I feel the only way to really do that is by having the audience tell me what's making them lose retention. So enjoy the show. Stop, Aaron. Welcome back to Resident Evil 5. This is Captain. I am General Lee Offensive, and this is my my co-host, Major Anxiety. It's obviously Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, because that's what's on the thumbnail. That's what's in the title of the video.
You somehow clicked on this video and thought you were getting Resident Evil 5 from that name.
If you heard me say Resident Evil 5, and you was like, "Oh, this looks different than I expected," yeah, like you might need help.
Crap, I must be close.
Did you drop a boot? Are we just not gonna get that boot?
What are you talking about?
She dropped. I think she dropped a boot when she opened this little hatch.
Holy crap! The command deck. Where is everyone?
Oh man, we went from one RPG to another.
I mean, I don't feel like the RPG elements are important until you do like the multiplayer stuff.
And we will end up doing the multiplayer stuff. So therefore, we went from one RPG to
People were definitely sleeping in here.
Yeah.
completely. You walked us around to what was already safe. What's this?
Ooh, I got a vest.
Dusty.
Harmless. Bands.
They're here somewhere.
So I can tell you what you need to know. I'm at a payphone trying to smoke one. So is this like in Mafia when you get the Playboy cup like magazine covers?
It sort of seems that way.
Like you can look at them later?
For your own enjoyment.
Because somehow you had a PlayStation 4, a copy of Avengers, but you didn't just Google the picture of the comic cover. Well, it's not about that. Yeah, it kind of is. Like this whole holding square thing.
And got locked out,
Is there not a way to change that?
figures.
No. They did that in Arkham Knights too. Like that, like you realize Destiny started that shit. Like in MMOs, that's just how it is in an MMO. But like because Destiny was so fucking popular.
Maybe there's a breaker or something I could flip.
Because like look at how long it takes, rather how long it doesn't take to like make a selection by holding square. If I was gonna change my mind, there was no changing my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the only time I feel like that's sort of even a little bit needed is like in situations in like let's say you're playing like one of those choose your own adventure things, and it's like the super important choice, and that's it.
Focus.
But you don't need it for every little interaction, especially when there's no other option but to
But do the
interact.
thing, yeah. Do the thing or don't play the game, basically.
Nice one, Kamala.
The hell is she gasping for?
Hello? Something else scared everyone away then. Sounds like this old thing's falling apart.
How much do you know about the Hulk? The Incredible Hulk.
I mean, a decent amount, but not like it's not like my top. Like I know everything.
Okay, so you know he tried to bang his cousin at some point.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is
Like
that
so
what
you know
I
that
think it
he
is?
so you know like there is a comic where he tried to bang her, but there is a comic where that is just what happened. Like she
that part I
accept-
didn't know.
No, yeah, it's in one of Old Man Logan's comics where like it's basically like the Hulks. It's She-Hulk and
So late.
Hulk. She just kind of like resigned herself to like accepting that he was the only person that they were the only people that who could have sex
You
with
were
them
right, Cap.
because of the gamma
Uh-huh.
radiation.
Religion was powerful stuff.
And she wasn't super happy about it, but like they had several incest children,
Who's there?
like several incest children. And
Oh no.
if I'm not mistaken, like toward the end of the book, She-Hulk does help. She helps like Logan Logan gets eaten by Hulk, and he
That
just
part I know.
yeah, and he just tears his way out. Yeah, but yeah, Hulk had to. But they had basically become these the hills have eyes type incest family, and they like kind of like ran this like side of the country or some shit like that, and ain't really much else to it. Like they bumped into Logan, he made Logan mad, Logan killed him. And I only know this stuff because I watch a lot of What's Culture Comics videos, and I've said this before that comic book fans are some of the complainingest motherfuckers on the planet. Like
Very much.
and like I just don't.
People recently got upset because Marvel officially changed the Punisher's logo. The fucking logo. That's it.
The thing on his shirt.
Yes. It's still a skull. It's just not the same skull.
Yeah, like it's because I remember. I think you might have been there for that, but I remember like when Civil War came out, like Jordan was like, you know, because that's not how Civil War ends, because at the end of Civil War in the comics, Tony Stark dies. And as far as I was concerned, I was like, one, I don't care, and two, I was like, but the movie was still fun to watch, which is all I'm fucking asking for, is like just let it be fun to watch. As someone who
My
has
issue
read,
with that is that like when you read enough comic books, like you resign yourself to say, okay, well, it did happen that way in the comics, but that was a different universe.
no, people don't do that. Also,
I mean,
that
but
didn't-
that's what you should do. If it really upsets you,
but
you still have yours.
that's not what happens in the comic. Tony Stark does not die at the end of Civil War.
No.
Like, matter of fact, he's in the last panel. But like Civil War as a whole, like it's effectively true to the comic in some capacity. Like it is like, hey, like it's not them causing casualties. It was like this separate group of heroes. Use skill points to level up heroes and gain new abilities. Hover over an unlocked icon. Unlock skill icon, action quiet skill. Newly available skills are highlighted in yellow. Okay. So what does this do? Holds it. Okay. Okay. they shouldn't have her name as
Resistance
Miss
failed on
Marvel
this place.
just yet. It should still be
Given that
Kamala.
you should know.
Yeah. It should just be Kamala, but whatever. That ain't important. But yeah, like, I've said like several times, like, as a fan of Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers,
More thing to break.
like the things I like don't stay the same at all. So like I'm
There's
way
gotta
more
be a
like
way back
comfortable.
up to the deck.
Mind you, that's me. That's just me. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
Should've transformed
If you
back to
are
Dr.
a
Banner by now. Guess I'm on my
if you
own.
are a comic fan, when you see it get turned into like I understand that you just might want to see a live action adaptation of the thing that happened in the movie, in the book, which is fair, totally understandable. But if you're mad that it's just not, that's not what happened though. It's like, yeah, like we know that that's not what happened. Like we couldn't make that into a
How could
movie
pushing a red
because
button possibly go wrong?
it would have been boring. Like we just couldn't have made that live action. I think some things really do just don't translate well from page to screen.
If Hulk comes back, I'm toast.
I don't disagree.
This was the hangar bay. Almost there.
That robot just killed himself.
Be cool, Kamala. Just need to get to the top deck without getting my head ripped off.
We for real out here in these
Something's
streets,
missing.
just talking
If there's
to
anything
talking to
wrong, we can
ourselves.
help.
That's all it is nowadays. All characters, all single player characters are really just talking too much.
Like, you're allowed to just have some quiet parts.
Because apparently that's
Like-
what people's beef was with Horizon Zero not Zero Dawn, but Horizon Forbidden West.
Which that's also in the extra catalog if you ever want to play it.
So these so none of it, like none of the gear I can put on her is visible. Like I just like she can't see it. Like I can't see it.
It's just literally stats.
Yeah.
There are costumes though.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
Yes! Found the handle for that.
So the thing about Destiny was like you got gear and the gear looked different. And then
Yeah.
you could change the color of the gear. Like that's why it mattered. But just equipable stats are useless.
Now that button has
Especially
power.
when they
Get
want you
out of
to
here.
find them all, apparently. Because there's a collectible thing at the bottom. I don't know if it's required for trophies, but there is like a you found this many
Wonder if those
gears
buttons still work.
thing in there.
Push buttons, move platforms. Right.
But Jeff, Aaron, it's another one of those things where it's like I've said this before. It's like for anybody who's like, well, people change. Damn straight they do. But
Keep going up.
neither of them, whether it be not John. John has had no choice but to acknowledge his mistakes. I was just
Silver robots.
That platform should get me where I need to go.
what? I hit that. What the fuck?
There's my way out. No sign of the resistance anywhere. Hulk must have scared him away. Better find a way off this thing. What am I supposed to do with this footage now?
Attain target. Kamala Khan. Threat level 1.
Did you follow me here? That is so creepy.
Target has advanced. Threat level 2. Escalate response.
I am now threat level 2. So I thought about trying Midnight Suns until I found out that it was indeed just an XCOM clone.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Did you not know that?
No,
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah, it's turn-based.
Great. Needle hands.
Unblockable attacks.
I'm not afraid of you. You're not taking me anywhere. Back off.
I did. What are you talking about? Hold. Yeah. I was doing that. Like, it's very picky about the vault,
Yeah.
which it would have just made more sense to just double tap, evade while moving toward the enemy. Whatever though. I ain't never played a video game before. What do I know? I'm just here, looking like a fool with pants on the ground.
You're just man. I think you can just do a heavy like triangle attack, like holding triangle to break through the
You
shield.
can.
Okay.
Gotta get off this thing. No!
Restrain
Let
target.
go of me!
Just kick him with your stretchy feet.
You think you just use your arm to like wrap around them and then just like throw them a million miles away?
This is new? I'm giant!
Engage. All units engage.
Oh no. Keep it together, Kamala. Oh crap.
Sufficient. Extreme force.
Oh, yeah.
No, no, no!
What do you mean no? We're going over here. Oh, I meant to tell y'all all of that. I brought up the Hulk just to talk about so the last
Okay, I can work with that.
the last person on Earth was the Hulk, and like before that it was him and Banner, and Banner was if I'm not mistaken, Banner was about to have a heart attack.
Yeah, because like he constantly tried to kill himself in like a million different
And
ways,
he couldn't. Well,
and then
really,
eventually like
he just couldn't
the Hulk,
die.
yeah, the Hulk would like come out every single time.
But no. That's not. That's where it's going. But it's not where it was going. He was.
I mean, the important part is that that's how like we got here is that like Banner was having a heart attack and the Hulk couldn't stop it. And by the time he came out, Banner was gone. Like the voice was gone. He couldn't turn. Blah blah
Well, I
blah
think that,
blah.
but the whole point was that's what he wanted. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a mistake or anything. He actively, he didn't, like in the comics, like Banner and Hulk don't get along.
No, they hate each other.
And so like Banner had Hulk trapped for as long as he could, but he was about to have a heart attack. And you know the way it works, he he was in danger, so he hulked out. And then but Hulk knows that if he turns back into Banner, Banner's going to die, and then he'll die. So he's Hulk forever now with Banner just kind of stuck in there. But the problem is there's nothing else. It's just Hulk. And like he thought that all he wanted all along was just to be alone, but to be left alone. But once he finally got it, he felt he said he was Hulk alone, Hulk cold. Yeah. Because that's the thing about like immortality. Like, immortality would suck. Live forever? You watch all of the bad happen? No, man, bump that noise.
That's remarkable.
Yeah. So I've been told.
I still haven't watched Miss Marvel on Disney Plus, no problem.
This is why aimbots chase a kid into the desert?
Not exactly. I kind of stole something off of AIM's server.
Huh? What? Why? Why?
I know, okay? I think you should see for yourself.
It's Tarleton.
Yeah.
Why are you shutting down the security protocols? Did he just...
Right? That's what I thought. He totally locked Cap in the reactor room and then
What do
tried
you
to
mean
jump
that's
the
what you
Chimera.
thought? You're literally watching it. You don't have to think.
The reactor was malfunctioning, so it's possible Cap asked him to shut down the security protocols.
The way Cap
No,
turned
we've heard
when
the
that
AD
door
testimony
shut,
tons of times.
that was not
Tim
something he
and Monica
agreed
were on
to.
the command deck when the explosion happened.
Yeah, he was upset.
And that's why they barely survived.
He was surprised. That shit came as a
This
shock to everybody.
proves that Tarleton was nowhere near the command deck when
Tarleton?
the explosion happened. This proves he was
Is it like
lying.
Charlatan? Is that what y'all were going for?
So, where's the rest of it?
Got bumped off.
It's kind of
Most of the
interesting.
footage got
Fear the
corrupted.
Walking Dead is in its final season, and we're in this whole. Basically, it's I think 7 years between now and the
Avengers
last
were set
season,
up.
and it's interesting to me
Tarleton,
that because
AIM, the so-called
basically there's this
cure,
group that's
it's
been
just not
stealing all the
adding up.
kids
There's something
and
wrong,
raising
and I
them,
can feel it.
and they use the names
Don't
of
you?
birds to give people for names for people. So birds just
Here, I
You get
thought
it.
you were just some nosy little kid trying to
and when one of the
capture
kids hears Morgan hears somebody called Morgan, somebody calls Morgan.
So,
Her response to that
was
is,
thinking.
"What kind of a name is Morgan?"
couldn't Mr.
And
Stevens do this?
I wanted to punch that
I mean,
child
the
in the
whole
face.
mainframe was
I
built
know
on his
that
technology.
it
If
was
anyone
honestly
created it,
just
him, right?
it's written in the show. It's not real, but the
is a
the
bus
sentence
stop.
itself made me
Highway
it frustrated me. This is a stupid
We're
fucking
keeping
thing to say.
west.
What kind of a name is Morgan?
Some
What kind of name is
orphans who can
Shrike?
Help. Maria's good people.
What kind of name is
Sent
Mockingjay?
you,
Get
and,
the fuck out of here.
sure,
Morgan
all
is
of
just
us.
as much of a name
You
as
saw the video.
Bluebird or
He
whatever the
was
fuck else.
Sorry,
It's
I
so
can't help.
dumb. It's one.
wish I
The
could.
reason I brought that up is because she Kamala basically being the main character.
Dr.
It
Bruce
feels like
Banner.
it's very female
One of the
forward.
greatest minds of our
And
time.
I feel like the issue I have with shit like this is first off, stop getting kids as actors. Kids suck. They can't act. None of
Look
them.
at what we do.
None of them are good. Macaulay Culkin was probably the last good child
No
actor.
idea how dangerous.
Well, and I say child, I mean child. Kids can't act for shit. And I think it's kind of wild that we are in this we're in this social era where like we really are. They're trying to like put more diverse
Tarleton calls people like
actresses
me
and actors in TV shows and stuff. But I think if you really think about it,
sick,
there's a lot of really bad white actors who are very popular. But a lot of white people,
Says our disease will
like a
kill
lot of
us
white
in the
actors
end.
went to acting schools. I think a lot of black actors who are getting
Oh, I don't
shots
believe it.
didn't really go to acting
Guess
classes.
I'll find Mr. Stark myself.
You know what I mean? Like they just like quote unquote have a talent. Like they're interesting or whatever the fuck. There's something about that person that they can market. So without like any like you'll learn on set, basically. You feel what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? I feel like that's
I'm here to ride.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
yeah, because it's like that's how I felt when in Captain in Black Panther 2, the chick who was I don't remember her name, but I thought she was terrible. The smart girl. I don't even know if you've seen Black Panther 2. You probably haven't. I thought she was awful. Like I thought like she was poorly directed. Like they. So I don't know if you noticed this, but you did. You said you watched The Boys. Did you notice that Mother's Milk always had on something black?
Yeah.
Like every T-shirt he wore had something African American related on it. Whether it was Run DMC, like like some kind of hip hop group, or some like basketball player. And a part of me, and as a black person, which I know you're not black, but as a black person, I just want you to know, like when they cast us and stuff like that, we know that they don't know how to write for us. Like you hardly ever see a black person in any kind of movie or show, and we like country music. We always like hip hop. We always like R&B, and it's always whatever's like the most current. Like they don't listen to old school shit. It's whatever. Like it's even if it's a matter of licensing, it's always whatever's current. It was wanted to be like the thing I didn't dislike it about Miles Morales, but like the idea of like every black person likes rap. We like it, but we like other stuff too. Like we really do. Black people can be cultured if you give us an opportunity. Like that doesn't mean like shoehorn us into every script and just like pick people off of the streets because it's like, well, like no, like sometimes motherfuckers need to not be in a show. Sometimes they need to go to Juilliard and get their shit together. Because not everybody can just act out of the bedroom. They're like, well, we saw you on YouTube and we like yeah. Do you have any formal training? Like can you emote like real emotions? Like as a human being, I feel like the whole like can you emote thing shouldn't be can you emote. The question should be, have you ever felt feelings before? Because if you watch like TV, a lot of the times motherfuckers be like emoting and like expressing those emotions in ways no human ever has before. Ever, never. And it's like, yeah. I realize this is all fake and you're supposed to be faking it. But like you have laughed before, right? Like you've heard something funny before. Like, can you laugh? Like, can you be sad? Like, can you be mad? Like, you felt these things. Like, do that. Don't act like an alien trying to pretend, like trying to mimic what you've seen before. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm out here. I'm just mad because my black ass can never sing. Fuck that auto-tune. I hope the future's doing better things. But y'all know what it is. It's the end of the episode. And you know what that means. Oh, man. It is a message to Felicity. I hope your Bluetooth always disconnects in the middle of your favorite song. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Get out.